Hello, and welcome to On New Paltz. I'm Josina Campbell.
And I'm Dominique Bartolo. Here are today's top stories.
In international news, 6 people are now confirmed dead, but there are fears that many more victims will be found in the aftermath of the sinking of a South Korean ferry carrying nearly 500 people, many of them high school students on a class trip. Nearly 300 are still missing after the ferry sank today off the southern coast of South Korea. Divers, helicopters, and boats are continuing to search for possible survivors. One survivor says as the ferry filled with water and listed on its side, the crew told passengers to wait for rescuers. But he says he and some other passengers floated to an exit as their breathing room disappeared and they swam to a nearby fishing boat.
A German court has sentenced a Somali man to 12 years in prison for helping lead a group of pirates who seized a German-operated oil tanker in 2010. The Osnabrück State Court said in a statement that the man was convicted Thursday of kidnapping and extortion in the hijacking of the Merida Marguerite off Somalia. In keeping with German privacy rules, it didn't give the 44-year-old's name. The court says the Merida Marguerite's 22 crew members were tortured during the hijacking, which ended after more than 7 months with a $5 million ransom payment.
Pope Francis has given a lift to 2 lucky kids during his general audience in St. Peter's Square. A particularly jovial Francis hopped off his white open-air car Wednesday to greet a group of 5th graders from Perugia who presented him with a t-shirt from their school. Seemingly joking, Francis asked if any of them wanted to take a spin through the square. Me, 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 they yelled. Francis picked 11-year-olds Livio Bastinelli and Davide Maria Bianchi, and the 2 hopped aboard.
In national news, a year after 2 bombs ripped through crowds gathered at the Boston Marathon finish line, killing 3 people and injuring more than 260, one suspect is awaiting trial and the other is dead. Although prosecutors believe they have strong evidence of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's guilt, there are still many unanswered questions about the attacks and the men at the center of the investigation.
Authorities say a Utah woman accused of killing 6 babies that she gave birth to over 10 years told investigators that she either strangled or suffocated the children and then put them inside boxes in her garage. According to a probable cause statement released by police Monday, Megan Huntsman said that between 1996 and 2006 she gave birth to at least 7 babies at her home and that all but 1 of them were born alive. She said she killed them immediately after they were born and put their bodies inside boxes. The statement said each baby was wrapped in either a towel or a shirt and placed in a plastic bag.
This week, North and South America were treated to a total lunar eclipse in the early morning hours on Tuesday. Though the blood moon, referred to as such because of its red color, was not easily seen from New Paltz, it was easily visible in the Midwest. Stay tuned for entertainment news.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This week in entertainment news, entertainer Flavor Flav has pleaded guilty to reduced charges in a Las Vegas domestic violence case in a move that will avoid a trial and possible jail time. The 55-year-old rapper and reality TV star acknowledged Monday in Clark County District Court that he wielded a kitchen knife during an October 2012 argument at home with his longtime girlfriend's 17-year-old son. A judge sentenced him to probation and 4 more months of domestic violence counseling. A former child model and aspiring actor is accusing X-Men franchise director Bryan Singer of sexually abusing him as a teenager in a federal lawsuit filed in Hawaii. The lawsuit filed Wednesday says the prominent director of the forthcoming X-Men Days of Future Past forced Michael Egan III into sex during parties in California and Hawaii when he was 17 in the late 90s. Finally, ABC's The View will gather all 11 past and present co-hosts to salute Barbara Walters as she retires from daily television. The network said Wednesday the first ever reunion will air live on the May 15th episode of The View, the day before Walters says goodbye as series co-host. Among those scheduled to appear are Meredith Vieira, Star Jones, and Joy Behar. Stay tuned for local news.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
This week in local news, an 18-year-old male SUNY New Paltz student and another unidentified male student were safe Tuesday after a visitor to the campus threatened both with a gun following a fight in an off-campus party early Tuesday morning, college officials said. At about 12:30 a.m. Tuesday, on campus property, the suspect, Marquise Bernard, 19, of Brooklyn, pointed a handgun at the victim and pulled the trigger 2 times, but the gun failed to fire, according to a news release. He also pointed the gun at the second student, and it failed to discharge when he pulled the trigger, officials said. The SUNY New Paltz Department of Enrollment Management recently made the decision to change the start time of classes beginning next semester. Scheduled courses will be switched from the current system of 10 minutes apart to a 15-minute period between classes, with the exception of 8 a.m. classes. This change, according to Vice President of Enrollment Management David Eaton, is an implementation of the college's previous policy for class scheduling from 6 years ago, which was changed when the demand for classrooms increased. The Turk Hospitality Group, owners of Rocking Horse Ranch Resort and Splashdown Beach Water Park, proposed a new 250 to 275 room family resort called the Wildberry Lodge to the Town of New Paltz Town Board. Town Board officials voted to bring the proposal of the town to the Town of New Paltz Planning Board for an informal review, according to Steve Turk, the owner of the Turk Hospitality Group. If you think a water park could be an exciting project for New Paltz, comment below. That's all for this week. I'm Josina Campbell.
And I'm Dominique DiBortolo. Thank you for tuning in.